Thank you, Amaya, and thank you, Mohammed. Those were both outstanding final speeches. We're going to transition to some feedback from another panel that has been waiting in the wings, watching this debate so that they can provide some feedback to our debaters. I am looking to be joined on stage now by Barbara Radnofsky, who will kick off our final set of feedback for our panelists, and I will turn the stage over to you.
Thank you very much. Brilliantly done. I've been practicing law for 40 years, and you guys each are better, as were the introductions. You debaters are better than 80–90% of lawyers in the courtroom right now, and I'm not exaggerating. In part, it's your enthusiasm. It's in great part, it's your preparation, but also you've obviously got a lot of practice under your belts, and it's very much reflected. So I thought I would just mention 3 rhetorical techniques I thought were very well used. We could go on for an hour, but I'm going to take about a minute. First, name the argument. Y'all did it. Let me give you some examples. Quote, refine the training, end quote. Quote, I'm investing for training. In other words, you made long arguments and then you either summarized them or introduced them that way, and you then referred to them later. It was easy to understand both of your complex arguments from both of you because you named them. Secondly, and really the commentators did this as much as y'all did, but you used leading questions in cross-examination. And you could see you doing it, but I want to point out Dean Bledsoe's use of leading questions just in commenting to you, where he said, aren't you just moving violence from one source to another? And when you use those kinds of techniques to lead with the question, it puts the answer on the defensive, and it was well done by both of you. Dean Bledsoe also, in the leading question, named the argument. So what you can do is combine rhetorical techniques. And I thought Dean Bledsoe had a brilliant example of that, where he just named the argument very well in his question. And lastly, use data to support your arguments. And I thought the best use of data to support the argument was Sheriff Gonzalez. How can you answer someone who's an expert in and of himself? It doesn't happen normally in a debate, and lawyers aren't experts, and so you cannot expect to be able to deal with that. Sheriff Gonzalez said, in his experience, it's an 85 to 90% figure. It's a very difficult argument to answer, particularly when Sheriff Gonzalez combined it with naming the argument, where he says, that's not a lot of fat. Now that's probably an outstanding example of combining these rhetorical techniques, again, by Sheriff Gonzalez. But in reply to Sheriff Gonzalez, we had Mohammed marshaling evidence from what happened in the cross of the debate by citing Dean Bledsoe, which is an effective use of ethos, ethical appeal, by citing a TSU very well recognized expert in civil rights and criminal law and criminal concepts. So I just thought it was A+, superbly done, and preparation really pays off. Congratulations.